Greg Joseph for the NFC North. And the kick
It's good.
is good. It's a winner at US Bank Stadium. And the Vikings are kings in the North once again. Greg Joseph.
Yup, it really happened. And for one, I'm still trying to wrap my brain about what I witnessed. What was supposed to be another humiliating loss for the Vikings after being down by 33 points to a sub 500 team who fired their head coach earlier in the season. This team really outscored the Colts 39-3 in the second half, completed the largest comeback in NFL history, clinched a division title, and guaranteed an eventual 18th game of the season, all in the same day.
My nigga.
It has already been a crazy season for the Vikings, and with what was considered to be a trap game, of course turns into not just one of the craziest games of the season, but an historic game that will go down in the history books. If you are new to the channel, I would greatly appreciate it if you could go on down and hit the like and subscribe button, and it lets me know what type of content you guys would like to see from this channel moving forward. The Minnesota Vikings right now are 11-3, hold the second best record in the NFC, and have clinched a playoff spot touting one of the best receivers in this generation. This may be crazy to say, but the Minnesota Vikings actually might be a good team.
Boy, if you don't.
In all seriousness, with a team who has a first-time rookie head coach taking on a team with a lot of talent and veteran leadership, things could be a lot worse. And with a resume like this, with just 3 games left, the Vikings at first glance seem like a solid dark horse Super Bowl contender. And I'm sure people probably have the Vikings as their favorite to win the Super Bowl.
No team has ever been 7-1 and gotten less attention that they have.
A contender, and I don't believe in them. And the reason I don't believe in them is because
Do I think they are as good as
they
the
got
record
2
says?
losses on
Why
this
can't the
season.
Vikings get some
Okay.
respect? They
I mean,
are
by the way,
They got
some
2
Vikings
losses on
The 2022 Vikings have been labeled as a team that will most likely fold in the playoffs. And why is that? Well, for starters, there's Kirk Cousins, who has consistently found himself between a rock and a hard place on whether or not he's one of the top quarterbacks in this league, and has been on the end of so many primetime jokes that he's pretty much been regarded as a quarterback that will fold when the lights are at their brightest. And as insane as that comeback was, 33-0 was still the score at the half, and the defense has lately just been a revolving door. The Vikings are currently 28th in points allowed, have allowed 340 yards or more in the last 6 games, and is currently dead last in the league for yards given up. And despite the fact the Vikings currently hold the second best record in the NFC, they're not exactly destroying teams. In the last 12 games the Vikings have played, 10 of them have come down to 1 possession or fewer. And the 3 losses the Vikings have had, they've been outscored 98-33 in those 3 games. 2 of them have come from teams that will be in the playoffs, and 1 of them is currently fighting for a playoff spot. So there are red flags and concerns about how this team will perform when the postseason starts. And as far as what history tells us about the franchise and what the stats have shown so far, a plane trip back home in January is what we should expect from the Vikings. But if there has ever been a season as unpredictable and a team that has embodied the phrase that anything can happen on any given Sunday or Saturday, it's the Minnesota Vikings. Last Sunday's comeback and the entire season up to this point has shown that the Vikings can come up big in the clutch when they needed to. Players are coming up huge for the team, as Kirk Cousins currently leads the league in 4th quarter comebacks. The Vikings at one point had a 0% chance to win against the Colts, and they still won. Stats and predictions aren't everything, and the Vikings have clearly made that point with the roller coaster of a season they've had so far. Hope you guys have a great rest of the day. If you enjoyed the video, I would greatly appreciate it if you could go on down and hit the like and subscribe button, and I will see you all in the next video.